If you've ever felt that you're too busy for self-care, you are not alone. Believe me, I've been there too, but 2 years ago, I completely changed the way that I feel with some simple self-care hacks. Today, with the help of Metamucil, who's sponsoring this video, I'm gonna share with you some really simple tips and tricks for even busy women like me to incorporate into your day-to-day routine to help make you feel so much better. Hack number 1 is starting my day with lemon water, and I know this sounds so simple, but this has made a huge difference in how I feel in the morning. It's a really easy way for me to get hydrated immediately. I feel like it helps get my digestive system going, and it's not very expensive. So I always make my lemon water before I have my coffee, which I found really hard to do at first, but now it's just habit. And what I do is I pre-juice about 5 lemons at the beginning of the week, place them in a jar so that it's easy to access in my fridge, and then I can add about a tablespoon of lemon juice to my hot lemon drink. I prefer hot lemon. You might just like a cold lemon drink. You can add a little bit of honey or maple syrup. I usually just have mine plain. And then after I have that, I'm ready for my coffee and my breakfast. This is a great way to get hydrated immediately and a great way to get vitamin C from those lemons. The next hack that has changed my life is eating a protein-based breakfast. Now, I am a carb girl. I love my cereals and I love my breads, but just that simple switch to something that's more protein-based has really helped my whole system feel better. So what I like to do is either do eggs or a yogurt bowl. So the yogurt bowl is probably my favorite. I just put some plain Greek yogurt into a bowl, add some natural nut butter. Then I add my favorite berries. So here I have some strawberries, and then I sprinkle it with some hemp hearts. Sometimes I'll sprinkle it with some other nuts and seeds. And this is a really simple, budget-friendly breakfast that really makes me feel satisfied, kicks off the day, and it's so easy to put together even when I'm busy. Self-care hack 3 that has made such a difference in my own life is weight training at home. And I know this sounds a little bit intimidating if you don't do weights. It doesn't have to be something really fancy. You can just find a good YouTube video and some small weights, inexpensive, 5 pound, 3 pound, 8 pound, whatever works for you. I like to do some really simple shoulder presses and other arm and shoulder exercises, some squats, and then I usually end it off with some mat work and some stretching. I started doing this twice a week, and now I'm up to 3 times a week, and I think I underestimated the importance of doing just this little bit of weight training as someone in her 40s. It's made a huge difference in how my back feels, how my neck feels. I do lots of computer work, and this has completely changed how I feel. And you don't have to spend all the money on a gym membership if you don't want to. You can find an accountability buddy and just do something like this right at home. Self-care hack 4 is getting in 8,000 steps a day. I know 10,000 has been the golden standard for years, but for me, as someone who has a relatively sedentary job, unless I'm doing some sort of giant DIY project, I'm at my computer a lot. So getting 8,000 steps a day is almost double what I would get if I was just sitting and doing my computer job. And it actually doesn't take much to get this if I just put in the effort. So whether it's just doing a little bit of elliptical in the morning, maybe before I do my weight workout, or it's going for a morning walk, or my littlest daughter loves to walk around the subdivision at night, doing that, parking further away from the grocery store while I'm doing errands, walking around the house every now and then, taking breaks from the computer, all of those steps add up. So I'm able to get that 8,000 steps a day, and just lowering that limit for me is what made the difference. It was more achievable for me, so it was a really simple way for me to up my step count and just get moving. Bonus tip, walks outside. I highly recommend them for your mental health. For me, I'm someone that has always struggled with anxiety, with exhaustion, and getting outside into nature. There's just something about those outside walks that are just so much more fulfilling and calming. If you can get out there, I highly recommend it. Hack number 5 is getting in more fiber into my daily diet. And this has dramatically improved how I feel. Having more fiber in my diet makes me feel lighter, it makes me feel less bloated, makes everything just work so much better. Since right before I turned 40, I started upping my raw fruits and vegetables, and I have those throughout the day as snacks rather than packaged goods. That's really helped. And taking Metamucil has really helped me feel lighter and keep my digestive system moving. It also helps with appetite control, lower cholesterol to help heart health, and maintaining healthy blood sugar levels. And Metamucil has a 14-day challenge that you can sign up for free. I will link that down in the description box below. You get daily motivation, reminders. You also get a coupon and some recipes and tips throughout that challenge. Self-care hack number 6 is drinking a ton more water, and this is related to getting that fiber in. When I eat more fiber, I have to drink a ton more water as well. And then those two together really work to make me feel great. I usually drink at least 3 of these large tumblers a day. They're about a liter each. So it is a ton of water, but I sip it throughout the day. And usually by the end of the day, it doesn't feel like I have had that much at all. One trick for me was just getting a really good cup. And this one's my favorite, this insulated one with a straw. It keeps my water nice and cold. It fits right into the cup holder in my van, so I can bring it everywhere. And it's kind of my emotional support tumbler. Hack number 7 is packing healthy snacks for myself. I don't know why I wasn't doing this before. It's so funny because if you're a mom like me, you know when you have toddlers and preschoolers, you spend so much time making sure they have healthy snacks and they're fed and they have what they need when you're on the go doing errands. But we don't usually do that for ourselves. So it hit me, I got to do this for myself. Like, why am I going on these errands for 5 hours and either not eating anything and being extremely hungry and exhausted and angry, or caving and buying some fast food that has no nutrients in it? So once I started packing healthy things like just some raw veggies or fruits or nuts, lots of water that I could just throw in my car, it took me like 2 minutes to put together, I was able to give myself nutritious snacks while I'm on the go, running errands, on the go for work, shopping, whatever I'm doing, and it has helped me so much. Hack number 8 is not eating after supper, and this was so hard for me when I started doing this. I didn't do it to lose weight. Weight is not a part of this conversation. I'm talking about just feeling good. I did it because I was having such a hard time getting to sleep. And a few years ago, I was just snacking right up till bed, maybe having a little glass of wine, and that just wasn't doing anything for my sleep habits. So once I just stopped eating after supper, I have a nice nutritious supper with my family with veggies and proteins and leafy greens. Then afterwards, I'm satisfied, I'm done. And then for the next few hours, I can just enjoy some tea. So tea has kind of become my little comfort treat. After supper, before bed, I would just recommend just looking for some fun, unique herbal teas that you like the taste of and experimenting. Buy a cute mug, make it a cute little tradition, and you'll grow to enjoy it too. I find that not eating before bed really helps me fall asleep much faster. And related, self-care hack number 9 is establishing a consistent bedtime routine. And it's kind of going back to, treating ourselves as good as we treat our own children, right? We always make sure they have a nice bedtime routine to calm them down before bed. So let's do the same for ourselves. I like to try to put my screen away an hour before bed, do a nice calming craft, maybe like knitting or read a book, or maybe even listen to some music or chat with my husband. And then I have my favorite natural fiber sheets, of course, to keep me cozy and cool. Maybe some linen spray to add a nice calming scent. My favorite is lavender. And all of those things combined really help me get into that nice bedtime routine and fall asleep faster. And sleep is just so important to our overall health, especially as we get into our 40s, 50s, and beyond. Self-care hack number 10, and this is the one that really, if you don't hear any of these, make sure you hear this one. This one changed my life the most, is get rid of that all or nothing mentality when it comes to health and self-care. I am a perfectionist. I like to do a really good job when I put my mind to do something, and when I don't do 100%, I'm prone to giving up. When it comes to taking care of yourself, instead of giving up when you have a bad day or 2 or 3 or 4 or a bad month, get back up, start doing those healthy habits, 1 a day even, start layering them on so you don't get overwhelmed, and keep going. Just because you eat a bag of chips one day doesn't mean that you throw everything out. The next day, start fresh, start again. you and your health are absolutely worth it. As a serial perfectionist, this all or nothing mentality ran my life, but once I just started to give myself more grace with this health journey, it's made all the difference for me. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed these self-care hacks. Let me know which is your favorite down in those comments below, or if you have any more, I would love to hear them so that I could consider adding them to my day-to-day routine. Thanks again to Metamucil for sponsoring today's video. Don't forget to check out their 2-week challenge. I'll link that down in the description box below. So I encourage you to take a couple little steps to take care of yourself today, and thank you again for watching.